The proposed remake of what many of us consider sacred ground, the original Nightmare movie. What are your thoughts on that? Have they tapped you for any input on that?
I was in Italy when this story broke. The news broke about the new, not the new, but the remake of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's original. And I got to tell you, I have friends in the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I saw the remake of The Hills Have Eyes, which obviously Wes had to let them do. They couldn't have done it without his approval. New Line, you know, has been folded into Warner Brothers, Time Warner. Here's the thing. After the success of Transformers, Michael Bay could do anything he wants in the world, much like Sam Raimi after the success of the Spider-Man movies. He's chosen to hire a very talented writer and remake the original Nightmare on Elm Street, probably with Wes Craven's blessings, I believe. Here's the thing. Michael Bay can do anything he wants. He's putting his name on this project. He must love the original, like we all do. He must have some great ideas for reinterpreting it, and certainly Michael Bay can bring all of his powers to the forefront in creating the most extraordinary, state-of-the-art visual effects for the dreams, the nightmares, the landscape of the mind that so much of the Nightmare on Elm Street needs to take place in. Now, having said that, I'm curious, and I'd like to see what he does with that. I also hope that they reinterpret Freddy, and maybe they cast the kids younger, you know, maybe, you know, someone like Dakota Fanning, she's like 15 or 16 now, you know, as Nancy, make them really young. Maybe Freddy doesn't wear the sweater. Maybe he has to have the glove, and he obviously has to be burned, but maybe the hat's different. Maybe he's wearing the overalls of a janitor. Maybe the glove comes all the way up to the elbow. Maybe it's a prosthetic because his limb burned off or something. You know, just play with it, play with the interpretation. And I'm excited in a way, you know, because I've been asked this question so much. I was at Comic-Con, and I just got back from Italy, and Nancy and I drive down. We live right up the street practically in Laguna Beach, and we drive down to San Diego, and you know, this many people, and this journalist stands up. He's got the Bluetooth on, you know, he's plugged in, he's got the cell phone glowing, you know, he's fully wired, and he says, "Well, Mr. Englund, so what's your opinion of Billy Bob Thornton as Fred Krueger?" Well, I love Billy Bob Thornton, you know, and I went on for 10 minutes, like I do. I'm a Jabberwock, and it was like a setup where it was all speculative. I mean, that is a rumor. Apparently, Billy Bob Thornton is not playing Fred Krueger, but I love the idea. I thought, because I love Sling Blade, I like Bad Santa. I've seen it. And I thought, there's a way. I mean, especially with the backstory, especially if they get dark and go with the backstory. That's not going to happen. And then, you know, my buddy Michael Rosenbaum, you know, Lex Luthor. Michael and I did Urban Legend together. He's, by the way, the funniest person at the con. Getting to do his Chris Walken or die. Die trying. But, you know, now there's a rumor all over the blogs that Michael's going to do it. And I think it's just because he shaved his head for Lex Luthor. And Freddy's bald, and I can't imagine, you know. But he knows Michael Bay. And he said that's just a bunch of BS. So you got to be real careful with the internet. They think I was up for Luke Skywalker because 10 years ago I said Luke Skywalker was crashed on my couch back in the 70s. Me and Mark Hamill, my good bud, back then, my old dear friend, used to always stay at my place. You know, we would drink Heineken and watch Mary Tyler Moore together and wait for our agents to please call. And then I think Mark went off and did something terrible to Linda Blair in a TV movie. For those of you that remember that one. All right. Next question.